won't even believe it, like, for real. But, and like, look, when I tell you this, you're gonna be like, hold up, pimpin'. So, it's definitely like a lot warmer, but it's like kind of dark today. Like it's like 9 a.m. and I guess the sun just took off today. Like, yeah, it just didn't show up. Wow, so it is the end of the year, the end of 2021. And I'm gonna be real, I ain't have no ideas for the last video. But then it hit me like a pile of new tech drip. And I was like, you know what? We should do best gear of the year. Right, come on, tell me that's not, actually, no. Best drip of the year. Come on, right? Tell me that's not gangster. And now, pimp, full disclosure, nobody told me to make this video. I bought all these cameras with my own monies, and this is my own opinion. I mean, yeah, it's like bringing the sauce opinion, but yeah, it's my own opinion. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's grab a quick cup of... Okay, now that we got our coffee, now we just need a place to sit. I think we found our spot. So let's get into drip of the year. Starting from least favorite to like most favorite, which means we are starting with the GoPro Hero 10. Now, honestly, there's nothing wrong with the GoPro Hero 10. It's actually really good. It's one of the cameras that I always have on me, but to be real, it wasn't something that I was like super excited for. Plus, it's not really a GoPro Hero 10. It's more like a GoPro Hero 9S. Now, don't get me wrong, Pimpin', ain't nothing wrong with that. I think it was actually really smart of them to go with something a little bit more safe and just something that works. And the GoPro Hero 10 is all of that. It's definitely safe and it definitely works really well. Shoots at 5.3K 60, and to be real, it has the best stabilization out of all the cameras. At first, I thought the Go 2 had like the best stabilization, but after looking at some of that footage and realizing like the jumps in like the clouds and like the ground, I would have to say the GoPro does have it over stabilization as well as image quality out of all the action cameras that came out this year. And although it is my least favorite like new tech drip that came out this year, it is still one of my favorites and is a great buy, especially right now with it being on sale. And now next on my list has to go to the iPhone 13 Pro. Although the camera on the iPhone 13 Pro is like hit or miss when it comes to the skin tones, to be real though, when shooting B-roll, this camera does an amazing job, like for real. Matter of fact, like if they fix the skin toning on the camera, this will probably be in the top 3. For the most part, it is always with me. The post-production process is amazing. If you are not on that airdrop game, get on the airdrop game. It is amazing. Next, I am gonna have to call it for the Dji Action 2. Like, not for nothing, I do like using this camera a little bit more, and it is something that I do carry with me a little bit more than the GoPro. I was really excited when it first came out, and to be honest, I know a lot of people were disappointed in the Dji Action 2, but not me. I actually really like it, and I still like it today. I feel like with the Dji Action 2, this is just the beginning of something that like DJI is cooking up. And the image quality is on par with the GoPro. Stabilization is like amazing. The whole magnetic mounting system is like phenomenal. Overall, it is an amazing camera, and it's also on sale too as well. I actually saw it on Amazon for like $4.49 or something like that for the dual screen module. So if you are in the market for it, make sure you pick it up on sale. Again, it is just an amazing camera. For the size and the quality that you get out of it, it's great. And now next, I'm gonna have to say the Sony ZV-1. Now, I do not personally have this camera on me right now, but I was actually playing with it like 2 weeks ago at like a camera store, and this camera is like, the quality is really good. It was so good, I went ahead and just ordered one. I'm just waiting for it to come in the mail. The combination of the size and the quality of that camera plus the price, it definitely deserves to be on the list for drip of the year. Like, this camera is just so amazing. If you are looking for like a great vlogging camera, something like light, easy to use, I will have to say the Sony ZV-1 is like, it's good. And now getting into the top 3, I'ma have to say the Dji Pocket 1. Now, this camera is much older than a year, but I have used this camera so much this year, just shooting a lot of B-roll, shooting a lot for the secret channel, and there's something about vlogging with it that the Pocket 2 just doesn't have. And I don't know what it is, because the Pocket 2 definitely has better image quality, but the Pocket 1 has a look that it's just more natural than the Pocket 2. And when I throw Pocket 1 footage in videos, no one even notices. So that's why I had to throw in the DJI Pocket 1. Like for real, you don't have to shoot in flat or nothing. The quality of the DJI Pocket 1 footage straight out of camera is really, really solid. And then you cannot beat the price of this camera. This thing is going, like, you could find it for like $100. And like, for real, pimp, but low key, high key, it is so good that I actually ordered another one. So I'm gonna have 2 DJI Pocket 1s. But with all of that said, pimp, we cannot forget that the Pocket 2 is still better. Like for real, the Pocket 2 is just an amazing camera, like for everything. And now, although the Pocket 2 doesn't shoot in anything crazy like 4K 120 or even 5K, this camera looks much better than the GoPro in my opinion. The image quality that you're getting out of the Pocket 2 is like amazingly good. Like the Pocket 1, the image quality looks more like a real camera. And for me, and this is just to me, that is a look that I am more attracted to. That's a look that I love the most. Something that shoots more natural, which is why, although the image quality on the GoPro Hero 10 is better than the DJI Action 2, the DJI Action 2 look is much better to me. It's just because it's more natural. The colors are just more natural. And then also, not to mention that the camera is easy to use, very cheap, and the quality that this thing puts out versus the price, it's solid. But moving on, pimp, to the camera of the year, and that has to go to the Sony A7s III. The Sony A7s III just hands down is like the most amazing camera I just ever used. And now I know you probably heard me say that before, but it's for good reason. Like the camera has no problems, it doesn't overheat, it doesn't shut down randomly, the footage is solid to work with, the image quality is amazing, the build quality is solid. And yeah, it's not shooting at 5K or 8K. The quality overall is just so good. And like, being real, if you had the bag for the Sony A7s III, I would highly recommend the Sony A7s III. After the huge disappointment that the Canon R5 brought me, I instantly pre-ordered the Sony A7s III, and it took like months for me to get it. But when I got it, it was totally worth the money. It is just such an amazing camera. And that's all I could say. Like, it is really, really good, which is why it definitely deserves to be at the top of the list when it comes to drip of the year. But since we are not just talking about like just cameras, we have to throw in best gimbal of the year, and that has to be the Zhiyun Crane M3. Like, I've only had it for about a month, and I love this gimbal. Like, it is just, I could use it with anything. And not for nothing, I could use it with like any of my cameras along with the Sony A7s III, and it's like not a struggle. It's not a big hassle to take it with me. I can just throw it in the bag. It's light, simple, easy to use, easy to balance. It is really good. And now the next piece of tech drip that I would highly recommend is the Smartree portable power bank. And this thing has saved my life like a lot. Like, I use it almost every day. It works with the Pocket 1, the Pocket 2, as well as all the other small cameras, along with the Sony A7s III. And out of all of my gear, this is the one thing that is always in my bag. And now for some honorable mentions, I'm gonna have to go ahead and throw in the Insta360 One X2, as well as GoPro's Enduro bag. Full review on this baby later. But spoiler warning, it's awesome. And since I know you guys are still hungry, pimp, we gotta throw in Freewell's ND filters on the side. Like, all of them are just freaking amazing. If I had to talk about like one last thing, that would be the DJI Action 1. And now I know this is an old camera too as well, but I often use it a lot for like a backup B-roll camera, and the image quality is surprisingly good. Like, DJI just nails it when it comes to most like natural looking footage. Well, all right, pimp, that is it for me. That is my drip of the year. If your gear or camera didn't make the cut, I'm sorry. Leave it down below and let me know. For real, let me know in the comments below. Like them comments up. But pimp, I think that's all I got, and I think I should like actually get out of here. I've been here for a long time. Man, I had to throw in the DJI Action 1. Like, man, like, can you believe I still record B-roll with that camera? Like, I was looking at some of the footage the other day, and I was like, it almost looked better than the GoPros. And this camera's like 2 years old, like 2 years plus old. Real, man, that's crazy that the quality of that footage looks that good. Like, yeah, when in doubt, just get DJI Action 1. It is so good that oh no. But for the most part, man, it is so much noise. I've been rolling for like 50 minutes because all these interruptions.